who say, can you see by the dawn's early light? Hello, you corny sods. Welcome back to the channel. It is 2025. I am Decepticobras. I have a coffee here. Today's going to be a bit of a rant. So, where does one begin? Let's see. I recently found out that I have been bumped from my neurosurgeon's appointment, which was supposed to have been today, hence that's why the eyes are bloodshot, because I haven't slept pretty much. No, to the 15th. And when I asked why, they said an emergency came in. So an emergency overrides an appointment. Yes, I see. Now bear in mind, I was in the waiting room, and the emergency appointment was someone who didn't speak English and wasn't from here and came here on a boat. No, I am not racist, not by any means. However, there is such a thing as the Hippocratic Oath, which means do no harm. So I'm glad that person got seen. Do not get me wrong. I'm glad he got seen. I am not happy at the fact that they bumped me down, who had been waiting in that waiting room for over an hour, who hasn't taken his seizure medication because they asked me not to. And so the first thing I did when I got home was take my seizure medication, because I was in the middle of having a seizure. That's a fun thing I've recently found out. I now suffer from what's known as frontal lobe seizures due to a traumatic brain injury, or TBI, TBI, traumatic brain injury. You may or may not know, if you look, you'll see a whole bunch of scars and whatnot all over my bonnet, my face and whatnot, even my eyebrow has a scar going through it, through boxing and various other misadventures as a child. It turns out they were some of the reasons, next to getting shot in the head as well. Luckily for me, the helmet I was wearing stopped the bullet from doing a lot more damage than it did, but apparently it scrambled the eggs inside my brain, so yay. Which makes sense, because I didn't even know I was having seizures because I was in the middle of recording a video. It was a game review. No, tell her. It was a update to my long-range sniping video I was doing for Escape from Tarkov, because I was teaching people how to sight your rifle in and whatnot, and how the ranges work and the drop-offs and things like that and whatnot. There's guides already out there, but I wanted to do a video guide for it. Well, as I was doing the video guides, I noticed I was doing something I don't remember doing, which was making some weird faces, making some weird sounds, and then my hands just started going like schizo, as if I was doing something automated like a robot. They were just... I didn't even know I was doing it. And apparently, according to my ex-girlfriend, I used to do that a lot. All the time. When I was stressed. And being yelled at. Normally by her. She just thought it was my brain telling her to sod off. Turns out, no, it's not. It's my brain telling me there's something wrong with you. So, thanks for that, ex-girlfriend. Thanks for fucking not telling me. And so, yeah. So, that's been going on now. So, I've got a new appointment to have more CAT scans and blood work and whatnot, and so yeah, there's that. So yay. What else? My little brother, my terminally ill little brother, I might add, he has become a grandfather. One of his twin boys has become a dad, so congrats. make more babies. I'm sorry, but we are in a birthing decline. The planet is not overpopulated. Cows are not responsible for the collapse of CO2. They're not. If we stop putting CO2 into the atmosphere by another 0.2%, the Earth will die. No ands, ifs or buts. We need CO2 in the atmosphere. Just do some research. Fuck, hell. Use ChatGPT if you don't fucking believe me. The most leftist thing in the universe. It will tell you, yes, we need fucking CO2 in the atmosphere. Stop fucking... just stop doing it. So, and don't blame cow farts, because cow farts are made of methane, not fucking carbon dioxide. You fucking morons. I got into a physical altercation with a Just Stop Oil practivist, as I like to call them. They were fucking around outside Reading roundabout. There's a big roundabout in Reading which goes on the motorway. Big snafu protest. And the bus I was on had to stop and wait, and I was literally getting late for my appointment. And eventually I asked the driver, could you please let me out here? And the driver was like, unfortunately I can't. Can I let you out at a stop? And I'm like, there's a stop literally right there. You just creep rolled right past it. Just let me out. There's no traffic, there's no nothing, just let me out. So eventually he let me out. I got out, I walked over, and I asked the person politely, could you please stand the fuck up before I knock you the fuck out and then drag you out of the road? And yeah, needless to say, eventually me and about 4 or 5 other people just picked him up on each limb, and we just dragged him off so that the rest of the traffic could just go and do its day. And as he was screaming why, I turned and said to him, the more you hold traffic up, the more petrol they burn, the more pollution they make, which is counterproductive to your argument. Stop being a twat. The clothing you're wearing, made of oil. The sign you have, made with oil. The transportation you took to get here uses oil. Hypocrite. You're also owned by one of the largest oil production companies out there. You're being paid by a company that has diversified itself out. Yes, the primary source of income for some companies is oil, but there's one company in particular, and I can't say their name because they will have my video taken down. This one company has diversified itself so that it's got its fingers in solar and all these other things. Now, bear in mind, you do realize that even wind turbines use more oil than anything else. And if the oil is not replaced regularly, they catch fire. You know that, right? No? Grow up. Solar panels. They're ugly. Sorry, they are. They're ugly. They're not efficient. They're nowhere near efficient as what you think they are. And most importantly, they cannot be recycled. Period. So when your solar panel reaches its 8-year lifespan, yes, and it's every 8 years, why do you think your warranty on it is only for 5? It's always out of warranty. So the company that you lease them from or purchase them from will never come out and replace them for free. You will always end up having to pay 15, 20, 25, 30,000 pounds every 8 years. Not cost effective, not viable. Sorry, it's not. Hydroelectric, yes, absolutely. Thermal electric, yes. Thermal vent electric, yes. I'm all for that. I'm all for those sort of energy sources. Hell, they're talking about thorium. They're talking about thorium reactors. Getting closer and closer for us to use. And a thorium reactor can be the size of a Mini Cooper, which is really not that big, but it's enough power to run an entire country like the UK. Great. You get the prototypes up and running, and they meet and exceed those limitations, and they're safe. Great. Problem is, it goes against the laws of physics. There is no such thing as a perpetual motional engine. You cannot start something and have it go infinitely forever. Just that's not how that works. Eventually it will slow down. Think about it. Why do you think our seasons, spring, summer, autumn, winter, why do you think some of them are longer or shorter each year? Because the centripetal force, i.e. the force of the planet that we're on, because it's spinning, okay, sometimes our planet slows down. When that happens, guess what? The days get longer or shorter, depending on where you are in the world. Look it up. So the big thing that caused planet Earth to start spinning will one day mean that the planet will stop spinning or slow down to the point where gravity will become like that on the moon. Whee! Whee! Or worse, it will speed up and the gravity will be like that on Jupiter. And good luck trying to breathe. So, yeah, there's that. I'm full of whimsy today. I love a good cup. So yeah, my Christmas, I spent it working. Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, Boxing Day, I was working. I was doing a remote pen test on a power plant in a country I can't talk about because I was doing it for a government I can't talk about. What else? New Year's, I went out with a friend. We went to a party. It was amazing. Came back home. She passed out on my bed, and I slept on the sofa. I do have plans to be going out on the 24th. Again, with the same person. I believe it's the 24th. It should be the 24th. Yes, it's the 24th. So that would be fun. We're going to a club called the Hellfire Club. It is a adult-themed club. The Hellfire Club. I do like it. I do like it. So we'll be going there, having some fun. My goal is to lose a little bit more weight than I have been currently. I have lost weight, as you can see. My face is a lot skinnier than it has been. I've been drinking a lot of water. Speaking of, my watch is vibrating, reminding me to drink. So. Yes, my watch reminds me to hydrate. And so, yeah, I've got that going on. I've also got a tooth extraction. I wasn't born with any upper wisdom teeth. I was born with 2 sets of lower wisdom teeth. So I've got two sets of wisdom teeth either side. And I've had both on this side removed. And I've got to have the 2 removed on this side. That's going to get done on the 21st or the 22nd. So yay, that'll be fun. So that's that. Oh, and they're also going to be removing that poor dead tooth. I did ask them if they could just kill the root and cap it. That way I've got good front teeth kind of thing. I mean, I've already got a gap down here. I had a tooth punched out when I was in a boxing match. It was a really good right hook. Didn't even see it coming. Wow. Oh, God, he was a good boxer. He was Welsh. Wraith, I could barely pronounce his last name. Wraith or something like that. He was a good boxer. Don't know what happened to him. He clocked me good, and I clocked him even better and knocked him out. So, it is what it is. Yes. Other than that, I'm not doing too good. Mentally, depression is what it is. My melancholy depression is what it is. They think that my melancholy depression is also part of my traumatic brain injury, so they're trying to figure all that out. I am currently in the process of trying to get PIP sorted out, but I need help with the paperwork. I've tried filing for it multiple times, and they just keep denying me, saying that they've seen me, which is bollocks because they haven't seen me, and even the address that they're supposed to have sent me to see me, I've gone there, the building is entirely boarded up, and there's like letters piling up. There's no way they could have seen me, none at all. So yeah, there's that. Because I'm no longer allowed to work. In fact, I don't even have a driver's license anymore. My license was pulled the moment I started having my seizures, and my doctor, he medically pulled my license, and I did go to the local police station and call and check and confirm it. My license is now revoked, which means if I want to get my license back, I've got to prove I'm no longer having seizures, which means I've got to get medical clearance for that, and then I've got to redo my test. So, yeah, fun, which I don't see the point of, because here in the UK they want to ban internal combustion engine cars, and by 2035, and the problem with that is there is no manual EV vehicles. There are none. There's semi-manual, which means it's an automatic gearbox, but you can put it into whatever thing you want, as if it acts like a manual, but it's not. It's actually an automatic. And here in the UK, we have a very stupid fucking law that states that if you have a automatic driver's license, you cannot own a manual car, but if you have a manual license, you can own a manual or an automatic. Well, there's a problem. If all EV vehicles are automatics, what's going to happen to all the manual licenses? Are they going to just be automatically switched over to automatics only? Which means good luck trying to move or touch or do any fucking thing with a manual car after 2035. No one has thought this through. No one. Don't ask a politician to think. They'll tell you I'm not paid to think. Of course you're not paid to think. You're barely even paid to read. You fucking morons. Talking of, under the reign of two-tier Kia, I've been stopped and visited by the police twice for posts I put on Twitter. So I closed my Twitter. So yeah, there's that. I no longer have a Twitter. I do have my Twitch channel still, Aces and Eights. I plan on streaming more. I did pick up a new overhead lamp. It is glorious. You're literally seeing some of the light from it right here in my hand. It is glorious. And I will be doing a lot more painting streams, a lot more chilled, relaxed stuff. Mostly because the processor that I'm using in this current rig is woefully out of date, and I am planning on upgrading. And when I do upgrade, I want to stream me replacing the processor and then getting the second PC built to replace my old media PC, which is up there. See, this one is a Ryzen 7 2700. I'm looking at placing it with the 5600X X3D. I want to take that original processor, throw it on my old original motherboard. I've got some more RAM, so it's a working system, and I'm going to swap out the old Intel LGA 1150 in that media center. And so, yeah, that means I'll be able to, just have a faster media center system, and if need be, set it up to become my encoding PC and get back to doing dual PC streaming. So there is that, guys. There is that. Like I said, well, video's gone too long, and unfortunately the coffee's not over. So, but the video is done, unfortunately. So, Merry Christmas, seasonal greetings, and Happy New Year to you. And keep shows flying, keep enemies dying. Cobra Commander is out, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Ciao.